question is about how to have posture inside a closed guard, not feel like you're just gonna get tossed around, swept, triangled, manhandled. And I know when I was a white belt, it just like felt like so hard to do anything inside someone's guard. Like you go to move at all, you go to do anything, and you're just getting thrown around. And then it just takes learning a couple things for your positioning, and then that will hopefully clear up with some practice. What do you want to show? What do you think would help a white belt the most not get?
I mean, when I think about moving somebody in close guards, one is what grips am I getting?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I'll do a lot is like, let's say I'm here. It's like, am I pulling like straight down this way?
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just pulling into your spine, or am I pulling up and over and getting you off balance?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think a lot of times like white belts use like do this kind of thing, and then like nothing happens. But then if I pull here, and I kind of like change the force vector, if you want to use that like a fancy word.
You programmer?
Yeah. I took physics once. So yeah, if I'm pulling straight down, and like it's gonna be really hard for me to do anything. But if I start pulling this way, and then like I also engage my legs, it's really hard for Matt to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we're gonna take a step further, I can start like switching off my angle, and then pulling you off balance, and now I can even get your elbow down.
Mm-hmm.
So by me doing like this kind of angles here and here, I can really get a better angle. Same thing is like if I start pulling off one arm, is like I don't want to pull straight down. I kind of want to pull like up and over me.
Yeah. I'm just picturing the pyramid I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my hands in the front, my head's at the top, my butt, my hips are the rear. The pull down here is all inside that pyramid. So it doesn't do too much to me unless I just have a weak back.
Yeah.
But once you start making the top of the pyramid start going out in front of the front base, that's when things get iffy for me. So what would you say I should do on the top here to not be so affected by that?
Well, top goes back to we talked about all the time is don't allow grips,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I'm ever in close guard, first thing I have to address this. Yeah.
And then doing these kind of passes, like stick this down to them.
And then you're up. And then the other thing too is like we tell our white belts all the time here is don't hang out here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're hanging out down here, bad things are gonna happen. The amount of options I have is like this big. If you stand up, the amount of options I have are this big.
Mm-hmm.
And then so then like guys like okay, like he might wrestle up, he might do a lumberjack sweep, he might shoot an omoplata. It's gonna depend what grips he has.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of like the funneling concept we used to talk about all the time is I'm gonna funnel you into a spot where you have less options and I'm prepared for those options, right? So by staying on my knees, yeah. Now there's only so many options and you know what to do and you know how to pass from that. Now if you stay on your knees, you gotta worry about triangles, you gotta worry about the omoplata, you gotta worry about arm bars, you gotta worry about like all kinds of loop chokes, you gotta worry about like all the cross collars. There's so many more things to worry about, not to mention we haven't even got into sweeps yet. And like there's like already 6 things you're worried about.
Yeah, something that helped me a lot was this idea, learning to stand. And at first, as a white belt, like felt like, oh, I'm never gonna be strong enough to pick anyone up. Because if you think that you're trying to drag all their, like, if you're just thinking you're gonna go here and pick somebody off the ground, like, no, you aren't strong enough to do that. It's just, for me, it was learning to just have this sort of like, whoop, up right here, like not needing to like take you with me. So see if I can put that into smarter words. If you do kettlebell swings or like those like half kneeling ones, you'll learn the hips better. So you're not here like, carrying all this weight here and then like get stuck on this knee and you're like, oh, God, and trying to get all that weight there. Of pinching your knee in as you stand. Yeah. Of just passing through that middle point quickly.
Yeah.
And like your weight's over there, and I'm not trying to carry too much. Let me spin you a little bit. There's a funny little thing here. It took me a while to learn. Not everyone does it this way, but it helps me. Is knowing what to do with your knees. If you stand up real wide-legged, it can feel okay when no one's fighting you, but then you get really off balance. So like going here with the foot out, going here. But then if you do anything to shift me around, I get really affected. So stepping so that my knee is angled against you here,
Yeah.
like this, like draw your sword. I always think this is like, I don't know, whatever martial art where they sit on the ground and they'll get up and draw their samurai sword, like one strike, one kill. But here, and then the knees are kind of narrow. Maybe you get mermaid swept or something, but now when you go to move me around, your hips feel kind of jammed up, and then I can open here. So it's not spending too long on your knees, making sure that you maintain this pyramid, triangle, so that you're not like, this is the white belt stance of like this. I got good posture, coach, right? And then go to pull on me, and I'm just gonna like fly forward. So like getting your head back with your hands or whatever. I just keep putting my hands gently here, but getting your grips or grips on the belt or whatever you're gonna do. So you're not like here. Sitting back, tucking the tailbone under. This is one little secret detail. Shifting your pelvis under there so when you get pulled on, it lets you sit back and then you can get through standing quickly. Okay? We're good. Try it out.